Hello, fellow Star Wars fans. It is Starrapter here, coming at you with another Star Wars Resistance review. But it's not just one. I'm doing two reviews in a single video. I know it's crazy, but for whatever reason, Lucasfilm decided to put out two episodes on a single day. So here we are with A New World episode 15, as well as No Place Safe episode 16. So I'll break down each one of these individually. So starting with A New World, we have the Resistance finally trying to settle down. They have their supplies, they have their fuel, their food. The people are getting restless. They have to find a place that is safe. And, well, they think this planet is very similar to the previous planet they were on, Castellon, but they soon find out that the First Order was there, and as soon as they're going to escape, the people that call this planet home are already starting to attack them. And it's because they are confusing the people aboard the Colossus with the prior denizens of the planet, which were apparently the First Order. So we find out that we have Kaz, we have Griff. They are walking around trying to explore. They get captured by these warlike people and soon find out that they were mistaken for the First Order, of course. So we do find out that Kaz heals one of the people that was wounded by the First Order. That ends up kind of changing the relationship with the queen of these people, and it forces them to actually help them. And in the next episode, we see where that plays out. But just talking about this specific episode, I really liked seeing the relationship between Griff Halloran and Kazuda Xiono, because Griff Halloran is a character that I've been wanting to see more of since the first little video we got about this character of the Aces. This character voiced by Steven Stan, and he's apparently a pilot that flew underneath of Captain Doza back in the old Imperial days, and he defected alongside of Captain Doza before the fall of the Empire. So that was really interesting. I figured this guy just stuck it to the Empire, but I loved his attitude. I loved just the way he carried himself through this episode, just like this very tired, exhausted old Imperial grunt that just wants to get things over with. He did actually stand up for Kaz. He said he would actually fight for him if he had to go into a trial. So that to me was pretty cool. The overall look of this planet was very striking. It just perfectly lends itself just to the art style alone of this episode of this series. It's just interesting to see these different people too that live on this planet. I think it's called Ao or something like that. They remind me so much of Avatar, and the way they're flying on these creatures, the way that they have these different kind of technology with electricity, some really cool stuff there. So I do want to move on to No Place Safe. So this episode goes right off of A New World, where we have the allies of this planet, but soon we find out that the First Order learns of the Colossus, this place being their home, basically. So we go right into that, and we have Tam Revora back in it again. She's a TIE fighter pilot. She's going to take out the Colossus. She's having trouble trying to take out Kaz. It's this great tense moment, and it turns out that she hesitates, and she has to take basically a bullet for the bridge of this Star Destroyer to keep herself safe, and she ends up getting promoted to a commander of the 2nd Squadron. So yes, we see another great moment where Kaz is saying, hey, I think that was actually Tam. And the fact that we see Kaz in such a great leadership role, and the fact that he actually was thinking about leaving the Colossus to join the Resistance, and they mentioned that they are kind of meeting up around Batuu. So we know in the events of the timeline right now, we are about maybe 6 months or so after the events of The Last Jedi, in between The Rise of Skywalker. So I wasn't expecting to hear that, and I really do hope that we actually get to see what Batuu looks like in animated form. But sticking with this episode again was a blast. It really felt great having a two-parter, and this being the climax of the two-parter, if you will, with all the fighters. You see new ships, these TIE bombers for the First Order, very sleek, cool design, and the fact you see these Avatar-like people just jumping off of their flying creatures and just dismantling these TIE bombers, and then just jumping back off, some very fanatic kind of stuff going on. Yeah, but overall, it was great seeing the Aces flying around, just doing damage, and the bravery of the people of the Colossus, like charging the Star Destroyer. A lot of awesome stuff, and I really wish we had more episodes like this for Resistance, but the sad thing is to say, we only have 3 episodes left of Star Wars Resistance. We have a single episode coming out next week, and then another two-parter for the series finale coming out in just 2 weeks' time. So what did you guys think of these episodes of Star Wars Resistance? Let's talk about them all in the comment section down below. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. I break down the Resistance episodes every week. I also broke down every single episode of The Mandalorian, and I do talk about the comics and the novels whenever they come out. So if you like all that kind of content, make sure you go ahead and simply support the channel by subscribing. That's going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.